he uses just sucks it straight out of the dam, and he always seems to get a lot better kill than what we do. Luckily, I don't think the ground's going to be too hard to belt these posts in. That might stop me. There's a hole been rubbed in this foam marker. We're getting paid peanuts for what they're selling it for in the supermarkets. Ryegrass is good, except it's all gone to head. Maggie, sit. Maggie, sit. Listen. Shim up. Sit, sit. Yeah. Push him up. Go back. Well, good morning everyone. What is going on today? I've just been shifting a few sheep this morning. Crushed and drenched some lambs yesterday, and I just brought them out to their paddock this morning. Hopefully it's just about to, I think we're expecting a little bit of rain today. So I was hoping to go and spray a paddock this morning as well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, unfortunately. Or spray a couple of paddocks, really. So we'll go back and have a bit of a look at the radar and the forecast and see what it's doing, and might make a decision when we get home. Fair bit of moisture here at the moment. The ryegrass seems to be loving it though. It doesn't seem to mind getting wet feet. This is sort of a pretty new paddock of ryegrass, which we thought was nearly dead because just all the dry weather we had. We sowed it back in the winter time, and just all the dry weather we had, it never really did much. And we sort of stocked it a little bit, like come up and germinated and came up, and we got a little bit of feed off it. And then just before it rained, sort of end of October, we took sheep off it and thought, oh, we'll have to spray it out and sow it again with something else because we didn't think it was really alive. And then the rain hit and it just grew. So I've just put the stud lambs on here actually, so which is good. How are you this morning, Carla? So I'm just I don't think I'm gonna be able to spray. There on the radar there is rain coming, so, and it's less than 6 hours, which I think is what the recommended waiting time, or whatever you call it, is on Roundup and MCPA. So, but we use bore water most of the time when we're spraying, just because we don't really have any good, we don't have large capacity tanks to store water at the moment. Would love to put some on the big machinery shed and stuff, and just gonna try some tank water. We can do that. There's a heap of different taps and stuff I've got to turn to get tank water down here, but we can do it. And just the way the weather is at the moment, there's plenty of water around, so just gonna try a couple of tankfuls on this paddock, just because I don't think we're really getting as good a kill with the bore water, and we don't put anything with it, like if it was hard or acidic or anything, we don't put anything with the bore water to counteract that. So, which I think we probably should be. Probably look to get it tested in the new year and just see what's going on and see whether we actually, I'd say we do have to add something, because we do get a contractor to do a bit as well, and he uses just sucks it straight out of the dam, and he always seems to get a lot better kill than what we do and doesn't use anything different. I don't think it's the nozzles. I think we might even use the same nozzles, but yeah, it just seems to be that he gets a lot better kill than we do with bore water. So just gonna try on this paddock with tank water and see if it makes a difference, and if it does, then we'll definitely get tested anyway, I think, the bore water. But yes, we'll see if it helps. Just make sure it's actually looks all right and it's not filthy as well. It shouldn't be because it's tank water, but better have a look. I think it's going to be all right. It is a little bit dirtier than the bore water, but I think we have pumped dam water through this hose before, so could be just a little bit of that left in it. I'll only fill it up a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be filthy, that's all. just moving some of these. These are the I use actually. If you remember in the last video, we joined the rest of them. These little rogues have gone, well, it's a fair hole under the fence. One of the posts has just lifted up, so I got some wire and a tie down to stick in there. Here, Carly. Just putting them back where they're supposed to be. The fatties. God, they're fat. But, here, Maggie! Here, back under the fence. Yep, look at them. You rogues. Yes. Oh, that post's actually broken. Oh, I've got another one there. Didn't see that? Yeah, you can see the tie down. Anyone who doesn't know, when you come to a gully like this, you got to put a couple of tie downs in, like posts on a different angle, and then tie it to the standing post. Otherwise, the pressure of the fence will just lift it straight up. Luckily, I don't think the ground's going to be too hard to belt these posts in. Wrong side here. That's great. That might put a bit of a handbrake on them. Here, Carla, come on. Doesn't put a handbrake on you, does it? Hey? I'm just on my way out with the 4-in-1 bucket to clean up a floodgate here. There's a big branch in the middle of it that I don't really feel like getting a chainsaw. It's just easier to bring the tractor down. It's not far from the shed. So I just brought it down here to try and clean it up, and you can see, maybe I'll zoom in across the creek there, the road's washed away a little bit, so I'll just open the 4-in-1 and try and clean that up a bit too, and then we can come down with the ute and fencing gear and fix this floodgate, I suppose. I reckon it would have been fine if that big branch didn't wash down here, because it was sort of high enough that all the stuff should have floated under it. But anyway, I'd much rather we had all the rain than that we've had than still be dry, I guess. How am I going to do this?
When you walked into this room, you hardly knew anyone. Sea full of strangers crashing on the runs. When the band strikes by the end of the night, strangers
Just better cleaned up, fixed the crossing up a little bit. Not perfect, but will do for a sheep farmer. Well, the sun's coming out, so I think I'm going to fill the spray up and go up there and take a chance. The rain sort of disappeared on the radar, which when it's coming from the west, come on, when it's coming from the west like it was, it hits the Great Dividing Range and sort of dissipates a bit. So I was half expecting that to happen, but I didn't want to risk it this morning because, like every single thing in agriculture, chemical's not cheap. We'll take it around and put some chemical and some more water in there, I suppose. Should take, there's about 13 hectares, so it'll be at 100 litres to the hectare. It's a 700 litre tank, so it'll be nearly two tankfuls to do the paddock, so a couple of hours.
Crashing on the runs. When the band strikes by the end of the night, strangers no more. I want to dance with everybody who came through that door. Whether you came here to party or you came here to cry.
That might stop me. Look at that. It's a bit wet there. I nearly did it down there too, but I mean, it's a little bit of a gully here, but I wouldn't have thought it was going to be wet. I didn't think much of it. Didn't break the boom, luckily. Dad's not home at the moment either. It's a long walk home. Look at that. No wonder I sank. It's not too, like, it feels solid here, but just breaking that top layer, I guess. Oh, what is it? The 2nd of January and already stuck. Oh, well, not a bad day for a walk, I suppose. It's times like this when you feel like an idiot. Well, we are back up and going. It didn't take much at all. It was a bit, well, it was good, but it was a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? When you think it's going to be a lot worse than it is, and it literally they just hooked onto the front of it with the other tractor, and it just came out. It really wasn't, which was very surprising to me. I thought it'd be a lot of trouble because it was just, I mean, you saw. It was just soup underneath. I guess it was just a little patch there because just further up, he only pulled me for about a metre in the soup, and then it just came right up on and sat on top of the ground again. Must be something underneath there, a little spring or something. So we're back up and going. Don't know, there is a bit of weather out to the west, but we'll see what happens. We'll have to take the risk, I think. Just finished spraying. I've got to, there's a hole, somehow there's a hole been rubbed in this foam marker. And that needs to be pressurised, so it wasn't really working quite right, so I just back it in the shed here and put the heat gun on it and plastic weld it back. Look who's been waiting for me under the ute. Hey, good girl. Hey, sit, good girl. Oh, you're right there. What have you been up to? Hey, good girl. Hey. Pretty relaxed, aren't you, Magsy? I've just come home now. Dad's actually started shearing a few Dorset ram lambs. Got a lot happening at the moment, and it's trying to work everything in is proving to be quite a battle. But yeah, they need to be shorn. So I'm just thought I just put a bit of wool and bag of wool on the back of the ute. I'm just taking it down to throw in a washout because it's just chings and flies and 2 Dorset ewes that I shore yesterday that were rogues, so I shore them, and there's just those fleeces there too. They're not good for anything, so they can go down here as well. The rest of the Dorset wool's already been pressed up, but Jesus, I don't know if I'm sweating or not, but it's just muggy. I think it's got to rain. I just looked at the radar. I'll show you actually. It's pretty wicked. Have we got that? A bit of moisture about. Most of it's down south, but this stuff up here might get us. It's out at Wagga at the minute by the look of it. We're sort of just above, just near Canberra there. So much hot and dry. Hasn't even been hot, let alone dry as well. I think it doesn't necessarily mean no rain. It just means, I think it means warmer temperatures and less rainfall, but I don't know. As I say, it was 18 degrees a couple of days ago. I think it got up to 24 or 5 today, which is still not hot. We had 35. Had a few 35s earlier on, but yeah, it's weird. Must be a hard thing to predict if they still can't work out the weather. So if you remember, I did a bit of a short video on it. You may or may not have seen it if you follow me on Instagram. But this is what the wool that I put here last time turned into. Doesn't even look like wool anymore. I don't know how long ago that would be. I don't think it'd be 12 months. No, definitely not, I don't think. But anyway, yeah, it's certainly helping this washout anyway. Maybe Dorset wool is good for something. So I'm just going to put it in this washout here this time. Try and slow a bit of the water down. Watch out for the ants' nest. They're going pretty wild. It might be going to rain. They're usually pretty right. So you might be thinking surely it's worth selling. But if it was merino wool, definitely. But so we got, what did we get for our merino wool? We got, I think last year we got 1,500 cents, so $15 a kilo per kilo, and what's that, like 50 bucks probably in fleece. This Dorset wool was 40 cents a kilo, so, and they would have cut maybe 2 kilos, so it's just a bit of a comparison. It's been pretty good. While the meat market hasn't been real flash, if you've had plenty of merinos, you've been in a bit of luck finally lately. The past few years it's been a bit up and down, but it's all right at the moment. One of the locals that I shore a few merino weathers for got nearly 2,000, so $20 a kilo for it a couple months ago, and they would have cut 4 kilos, probably 5 kilos. Yeah, there's definitely money in the wool at the moment, and the meat market's picking up, but it's still nothing flash, especially when our costs never come down, do they? It's only the price of what we sell our stuff for that ever comes down. The cost of stuff never comes down, unfortunately. It just keeps increasing and increasing. We never get paid any more for it. And maybe some of you are unaware, like obviously obviously if you're not from the farm, you go into the supermarket and see the price of lamb is astronomical. I can guarantee you that's not, we're not getting paid. We're getting paid peanuts for what they're selling it for in the supermarket. So I don't know who's, I think it's the big supermarkets making the money, but could be the abattoirs, but they're also struggling to find workers too. So they've obviously got to pay a bit more to have people work, because no one wants to do it. So I don't know who's making the real money, but I wouldn't doubt that it's Coles and Woolies. Yeah, look. Hey, what are you up to? Well, we have rolled on into the next day now. I'm just shifting a feeder for young ram lamb, because we're actually doing a day's shearing tomorrow and some merino ewes that we shear every 8 months. So I'm just going to move these rams into the next paddock for a couple of days while we're shearing. Yeah, I'm just moving this feeder. It's got loosened. Ryegrass is good, except it's all gone to head now, so probably needs more lambs on it, to be honest. Looks like one might have a bit of flies there. To fix him up. Push him up. Push him up. Hey, push him up. Push him up. Wait, sit. Maggie, wait. Good girl. Back, way back. Here, Mags. Good girls, push him up here. Good girl, Carla, good girl. Here, Carly, push him up. Push him up. Just gonna put him in the hay shed paddock here, because Dad's bringing the merinos back here to put in the shed. We'll do them first. So go back. We'll just put these in here for now, and I got to take the truck out of that shed and put up a temporary yard to put these undercover, because we won't have enough room up the other shed. I think it's 130 merinos and then 210 lambs to do. Sit, wait. Maggie, sit. Maggie, sit. Listen. Good dogs. Come here. Just a quick one. If anyone knows how to get these emeries off, these new, you know, there's two different ones that Heineken makes. The more red ones and the purple ones, and the red ones are not made for these old discs. They're made for the newer ones. And my God, are they a pain to get off. If anyone's got any tricks at all, would be greatly appreciated. I've tried a number of different things and nothing seems to help or work the best. Tried soaking it in soapy water and wire brushes, and just can't seem to. Surely there's an easier way. I know they're not, maybe they're just not meant for these discs, but they last so much longer than the other ones, than the purple ones. So if you've dealt with them before, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you don't, then it's probably a good thing. Well, we just had to run all the sheep in the shed because it just came down for only a minute or two, but they would have been wet otherwise. So lucky we keep an eye on the radar, and there's a lot of storms around at the minute. So all this weird weather, and they're starting to build around us. So we thought we better run them in. They're in here now, which is good. These are a few second cross lambs. We'll shear the merinos first, I think, and then get onto these. But yeah, I think they are still talking. Well, it's stormy weather, so you don't really know if you're going to get any or not, because they're pretty isolated showers. So we might get a bit, or we might get nothing. So that's just the way storms work. Anyway, guys, I think that might leave it wrapped up for another video. I think. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep watching along. There's a few exciting things coming soon. So yeah, keep liking and sharing it with your mates, and with that, we'll catch you in the next one. Alrighty, see ya. Bye.
Soul, throw your